There is already an answer about your brand in ChatGPT or Gemini. Your buyer reads it, decides, and never clicks. And marketers have never seen it.
Your customers stop Googling. I am Daniel, and today we discuss 10 questions every marketer asks us. Straight to our founder, Dmitry.
Hey.
Hey.
So, what are the questions?
Let's start simple. Somebody hears the first time the words answer trail. Tell me in plain language, what does it mean and how it works?
Great question. So an answer trail is the recording of everything that AI does when you simply type one question to a chat or AI search. Actually, it shows every source it reads, all the questions it asks, and every brand it mentions. It's like going to a doctor and making a blood test that you then need to interpret and understand. Some things are green, some of them are orange, and some of them are red. With Answer Trail, we make it possible for every marketer to understand what is behind the reasoning of AI brains.
Now it's clear. So let's move to the next one. Here's a pushback I hear the most. For example, my SEO dashboard looks all green, all good, and the traffic is quite high. So why I actually need to think about what's happening in ChatGPT and Gemini?
That's a very important question. So your buyer made a decision even before visiting your website. So he didn't click or she didn't visit it at all. It means that yes, your dashboard is green and the traffic is fine, it's stable, but the decisions about to buy your product or service are lost somewhere beyond your website. And even more important that models disagree about which brand to show as the recommendation 86% of time, and nearly 1/3 of brands are absolutely invisible to AI models. That's why you need to care even more about how to understand what is the answer behind every question that buyers ask to AI chats.
Thanks for explanation. But probably I can just do it myself. I can just open ChatGPT or Gemini, type in the question, and then get the answer. So why actually I need answer trail, and how I can be sure that it's not like you run from your side?
When you ask ChatGPT or Gemini yourself, you'll probably get the answer, but you will not actually see what is behind it, all the whys, all the sources, and all the reasoning. And actually you should try it yourself, because you will type one question and then 5 minutes later you will get a different results. And thanks to Answer Trail, you can actually understand which sources behind the reasoning, the knowledge which AI used to get the answer back to you holds up in responses. So we make it possible, it's simple, we discover all the questions that AI tries to search information for with just one simple discovery tool, Answer Trail, and then we provide you with knowledge about the citations behind them and if they hold or not, together with other brands, sometimes competitors, sometimes just the brands from the category. So you can understand better what is in this category and how you can actually win in AI search.
Understood. So now will be next question from SEO side. For example, I'm ranking #1 every time in Google. Does that mean actually that I results presented in AI?
Results in AI search are different than results in classic SEO optimization. So if you're ranking #1, you're actually above the fold. What does it mean? It means that you will be clicked. But does it mean actually that the customer will pick you up and buy your service or product when they will have a similar response in AI search? Not specifically, because the context is very important. Are you being recommended? What is the sentiment? Is it positive, neutral, maybe negative? And what sources has built up the response? So in order to actually understand if it's more important to be beautiful or to be chosen as the solution which will be recommended by AI, you need such platforms like Rankfor.ai and Answer Trail.
So if I understand correctly, in SEO we're more focusing on keywords. But with Rankfor.ai, we can actually build the information around the topic.
It is like a digital PR for AI age, because nowadays AI bots, LLMs, they learn also from the off-site content which is being actually placed on the important media outlets or in comparison websites, or they are being built in the articles with reviews. So that's why it's even more important to understand what is behind the question with the answer trail showing both your citations behind your knowledge and the citations which are behind other brands, your competitors. This way, we help you make the proper decision that you know now where to invest money into which media outlets, how to distribute your digital PR budget properly.
It seems that teams now are strong on the first one, but weak on the second. So let's stop talking about it. Could you please show me? So if I understand correctly, I can just type in my question, for example, about Volkswagen, and then get some kind of magic?
Yeah, let me show you. So let's put it exactly here in the input and write down the brand. Let it be Volkswagen, which is quite fierce now in the competition, trying to win the market with Kia and Hyundai, and see what will happen behind it. And you see these models, Gemini, ChatGPT, Grok, they are extending the query that I wrote into multiple different questions, something that you would not see in an easy way in a typical chat interface. Now you see actually how models reason. After that, we can actually discover what is behind the sources of this information. So it collected the sources, and remember that it's extremely important that AI will spend as least tokens on the content, reading the most important information from the first 100, 200 words, because they are actually spending money on energy, they have bills to pay, it's like driving fuel. So moving from place A to B requires spending some fuel on it. It collects all the resources and then it tries to make the tailored answer to your question. Now you see what is the distribution. Have you been mentioned or not in the first run or maybe in the second? And then you can compare yourself to competitors, looking at this smart thermometer bar, which is quite easy to understand for marketers. After all, we provide you with a very top-of-mind recommendations. It's like a to-do list for you. You can just take this to your content team and say, hey, to rank for this prompt, we will need to produce this or that content, would it be blog post or maybe landing page, the content that you can create also together with us with the help of Rankfor.ai platform.
Quite interesting. But who is actually the perfect user of the platform? Is it more works for sales team, for marketing team, or PR, or I don't know, advertising company?
So the thing is that every specialist or expert you mention is the target audience. Imagine now PR specialists. They have some yearly budget to spend and they need to be smart about where to invest money, because maybe investing into page number one in the very popular local newspaper is a very notable and popular way to do your marketing in 2020. But today, this media outlet might not move the needle and might not make you mentioned. So with the help of Answer Trail and Rankfor.ai platform, PR teams know how to spend their budget wisely. And then when we move to marketing teams, this one is really smart, because marketing teams, they need to understand quite well what kind of content you produce, how to close gaps, and believe me, every company has a gap. And AI, it builds their knowledge on the knowledge graph with the gaps that we help them discover. So then you can produce content. And if we talk about sales team, now meetings can look amazingly different. A sales team runs before having a meeting, inquiry like today, and then goes to Volkswagen or maybe their competitor, Kia or Hyundai, and says, hey guys, this is what we already know about you and competitors, this is where you rank, this is where you are mentioned, and these are exact to-do lists So we can actually easily help you to move the needle into the right direction so you can be mentioned and the customers will make a decision about your product or services. So summing it up, PR teams, marketers, salespeople, their life is just easier.
How it classifies a brand in asset trail results? So you mentioned 4 of them. Could you please a bit in detail describe it? What does it mean actually?
Here is the quiet killer first. You can be praised, but not chosen. And to understand this better, we classify results into 4 categories. So the first one is invisible, which is quite obvious. Your brand hasn't been mentioned in any result. The second one is that you were mentioned but not verified, meaning that AI has some knowledge about you, but it couldn't back it up with the proper sources. The third one is that you are actually mentioned, but you are not the first one, meaning that there is someone ahead. And then, of course, the first one that you are mentioned, verified, and actually visible and recommended. And this recommended means that actually customer can choose you, decide, even without making a click to any link or source that is behind. This is the position that every brand is trained to be, and we help brands to be recommended.
And in that case, if I'm not satisfied with my position in classification, so how I actually can influence it?
From the studies that we made on more than 270 brands, we can say that this is very different for every market, and it's very dependent on every language that customers speak or ask about. So to understand first what is behind, you use the answer trail. Then you understand sources. From sources, you actually have the recommendation where you would like to invest money first. Would it be review portals? Would it be YouTube videos? Or would it be an article on Wikipedia? And of course, as I mentioned before, it is different if you start your conversation in, let's say, Polish or Estonian and in English. This requires many trials and of course understanding what are the sources per market, per language, per industry, per the category you would like to be. But it's all about digital PR in AI.
Thanks, Dmitry. I learned a lot today, so now I really understand how I can manage my reputation in AI. So it's not only about SEO and ranking top in Google search. It's more about having a good understanding of citations, resources, and manage the gaps of content which I might still have on my website.
Daniel, thanks for great questions. I hope that now it's clear that to own the answer, it's not about ranking. What is important is to understand how AI reasons. Sources, other brands, and content gaps. I hope that you can use it for yourself and try with your prompts, questions, and brands. If you would like to know more, we are available for a quick call online or just simply visit Rankfor.ai.